of the great truths of leadership is that you have to learn to understand people and not get too offended by people. I often use the illustration with you about my old dog, Pal. When I was 14, my dad bought me this big white German Shepherd when I moved down to live with him. And Pal slept in the bed with me, and Pal went with me everywhere. And instead of taking him for walks, because he was big, I used to run him alongside my motorcycle. So needless to say, Pal and I were quite close. Well, one day somebody drove through the front yard. They drove up into the grass to hit my dog. And I ran out to get him. And as I picked him up, he reached around and bit my arm. I still have the marks on my arm today. And we took him to the vet, and he was all right. But I remember when we brought him back home a few days later, he didn't want to leave my side. He kept licking my arm. He felt so bad that he bit me. And my dad said, "David, when an animal hurts, it just lashes out. He doesn't mean to hurt you. He loves you. But an animal that is hurt lashes out." And I've often watched human nature the same way. When people are hurt, they lash out at people around them. When people are afraid, they lash out at people around them. Now, I want you to notice the wisdom that young King David had, even before he was a king. 1 Samuel chapter 23, verses 1 to 13 is our text. Before David is king, he's still running this marauding band of guys around, and King Saul is still trying to kill him at that time. And David heard that the Philistines had attacked Keilah. And David went with his men and rescued the city of Keilah, and he was staying there. And all of a sudden, David learned that Saul had found out that he was at Keilah. So it starts in verse 9. But David learned of Saul's plan and told Abiathar the priest to bring the ephod and asked the Lord what he should do. Then David prayed, "O Lord God of Israel, I have heard that Saul is planning to come and destroy Keilah because I am here. Will the leaders of Keilah betray me to him? And will Saul actually come as I have heard? O Lord God of Israel, please tell me." And the Lord said, "He will come." Again, David asked, "Will the leaders of Keilah betray me and my men to Saul?" And the Lord replied, "Yes, they will betray you." So David and his men, about 600 of them now, left Keilah and began roaming the countryside. Word soon reached Saul that David had escaped, so he didn't go to Keilah at all. Now, I want you to notice, you would think that these people would be willing to risk their life and lay down their lives for David, because David and his men had rescued them from the Philistines and given them their city back and stopped the plunder of all their goods. You would think that they would want to be loyal to David, and they would want to be loyal to David's men who had rescued them. But fear does strange things to people's heart. And God said, "David, you have to understand these people will betray you. They will give you up to Saul, so leave." Now, the wisdom is this. There are times that you and I, in a position of leadership, have done very kind things for people. And we've sacrificed, and we've done really good things to help people. But when people are afraid, they will betray you. When people are afraid, they will hurt you. And so what we have to learn to do as leaders is don't put people in that position. That's what David did. He just left. Why should I put these people into this position where they will betray me and then they're going to feel horrible about betraying me? Why should I risk and endanger these people more? Sometimes as a leader, you have to walk alone. Now, please forgive me, but sometimes as a leader, you have to walk alone so that people do not get hurt because they feel loyal to you because of the good things you've done for them. Sometimes you just don't put people in that position. Let me say that one more time. Sometimes you have to learn as a leader, just don't put people in that position.